Okay, so we are in the middle of our 4-week challenge. And in that challenge, we've been going over the 4 main pillars of lead generation. And this week we are talking about my personal favorite. Y'all know what it is. It is your database. Man, I love working my database. I love helping other people make plans around it because it really is a gold mine that people ignore. I saw a statistic yesterday that numbers actually increased. 92% of buyers say, or sellers say that they will use the same agent or refer their agent if they hear of anybody or if they need to do some buy or sell again. But only 8% actually do. Why do y'all think that is?
Because we close them and
Some,
ghost them. Yeah, we
yep,
don't
and
follow up.
sometimes they wonder if you're still in the business.
Yes. Yes. Sometimes I get those calls or texts like, "Hey, are you still doing real estate?" And I actually hate and love that. One, I love because they need me, but two, I kind of hate it because that means I haven't done a good job following up and making sure that they know that yes, I am still in real estate. But it's the follow-up. It's not having a system around how to reach out to all of those people. That is why only 8% use that same agent again. And y'all all know, I mean, how many times have you gotten a client and it's not their first time to buy or sell? They've used an agent in the past, but now they're using you. So it's like, ooh, that's probably the majority of my business. I haven't had all first-time buyers. So I've stolen them from somebody, right? Because somebody wasn't taking care of their database and reaching out to people. So we have talked a lot about the Friend Connect and that being your foundation. So if you're working off of a 36 touch plan, which is highly recommended around your database, because if you're executing a 36 touch at a high level, you can get up to 20% return. There's a local team here in town. That's what they specialize in. They get a closing for every 5 people in their database because that's just what they solely focus on. But so if you're working a 36 touch plan really well, that you're going to get a lot of business. So yes, the Friend Connect is awesome. It's a good foundation. It's 16 of those 36 touches. But today I want to talk about the other 20. We haven't talked about that as much. Like, great that I know who to call and who to text, but what about those other 20 touches? So in our in our worlds, everywhere we are, we need to show up to people in 3 different ways: at home, online, and in person. So HOP, really simple. I may have stolen that from someone, but a really simple acronym to help you remember where you need to be showing up in those other 20 touches. So let's take the H, home. What are some ways, before I give you ideas, what are some ways y'all think y'all can show up in people's homes as a reminder that, hey, Audra's in real estate or Michelle's still in real estate?
Oh, as gifts, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Pop
Those are
by.
good. Yeah. Michelle's also the pop by queen, by the way. So if you ever need any ideas, reach out to her because she's brilliant and creative. My brain doesn't work the way her brain does, and she has a buku of ideas. So she's a good one for that.
You don't even necessarily have to buy them anything. It's,
Mhm.
hey, you just closed a month ago. Everything good? Don't forget to change your HVAC filter. Hey, don't forget, once you change your driver's license, you need to file your homestead exemption.
Mhm.
It doesn't have to be something that you give them. It's just a reminder, hey, I'm still around looking out for your best interest.
Yes. Yeah, you don't have to be giving gifts constantly. Like, exactly that. Just ways to show up. Extra handwritten notes are another good way. Yes, you're going to send them out through the Friend Connect, but what if you just send a random one to someone or add in an extra? How many of you do mailers or like physical newsletters that you send to your database? Michelle? Those are ways that you're popping up in their home, right? They're seeing you on a consistent basis, whether it is a postcard of just solds in their neighborhood, or maybe quarterly you are mailing them updated comps for their house so they stay on top of how much their home is worth. These are all ways that you can consistently be showing up in their home. Maybe if you, in your closing gifts, you do something that has a little reminder, one of my favorite things that I have gotten from actually a team I sent a referral to. They sent me this really cute throw pillow and I loved it. It matched my decor. I got really lucky, I guess. But every time I saw that, I thought about that team. It didn't have their logo on it at all, but I thought about them in Dallas. And I know if I get a call from anybody, I'm sending them to that team because I see this pillow sitting on my couch every single day, right? So just something little, I mean, that again, it doesn't have to be a gift, but just little ways that you can bring you into their world, right? What else?
Those little magnet calendars for sports, you know, like if you have like a high school sports schedule, local sports team schedules are really good. Because then you're sitting on the fridge, or the little measurement things, like anything they can kind of stick up and go. In fact, my neighbor across the street is an agent and he farms our neighborhood. So we even have his sitting on our fridge. Yeah. But it's, I mean, I think something that they're gonna put in there and constantly remember you by.
The listing agent that we bought our house from gave me gave it to me. She left it, I'm sure, for the seller, and the seller left it. But it was a conversion chart for measurements, and it was on my fridge forever until something exploded and its whole thing. But I looked at that thing all the time because I don't want to pull out my calendar or my calculator and, okay, how many is a third versus, yeah, no, teaspoons to, I looked at it every single day. It's one of my all-time favorite things. And I saw her name every single day. What are just little things that we can do to make sure people are seeing us in their home? So okay, let's move to the O, to online. Yes, we've talked a lot about social media, but outside of social media, what are ways that you can show up in front of your database online when they get it on their computer, when they pull up their phone?
So there's lots of different things. Some companies will, or different CRMs have online apps that you can give them so they can always be like, have the home value checks that they can do in the palm of their hand.
Mhm.
And then also doing just targeted ads. So I know y'all see the Facebook ads that come out that say sponsored, or your Google ads that are sponsored. You can target people so that it's going to hit them and you know that you're going to hit them.
How many of you have a really good email list that you market yourself to on a very regular basis? Even if it's just typing up a quick 1 paragraph email. I'm not raising my hand either because I have not been consistent with it, but email marketing is still the #1 method of marketing to get your name out there, which we think all the time, oh, email, people get millions of them. Nobody looks at them. People look at them. And even if they're not reading everything in the email, they're seeing your name pop up consistently. So what if you started just a weekly informational email? It can be about things around town. It can be about what's going on in the real estate world in your area. It can be just something personal. It doesn't have to always be real estate, right? Because the whole point is you're just showing up. You want it to be something of value because you want it to be something that someone does want to open up and look at. But I was listening to a podcast and they said, start with once a week. Tuesday morning, 6 o'clock, get up and send an email. Just type out 7 lines, send it to your database once a week. And start tracking your metrics. Once you hit 60% open rate, add a second email on Fridays and send out 6 o'clock in the morning. And you can schedule those. I'm not saying you have to get up and actually physically type out your email and send it at 6 o'clock in the morning. You can schedule them. But just doing those things increases the amount that you get back more than 4 times if you get up to a 60% open rate. How many of you would love a 4x return on just sending out an email consistently, 2 emails consistently? Yes, me too. And it's a simple, it doesn't have to be a huge, beautiful pictures, all the things. It's typing up a few sentences because really it comes down to just staying in front of people and them seeing your name. And once you get after you get that second email up to a 60% open rate, add another one. They send out emails every single day and their open rate is over 60% every day. But they have to start with one and then build up from there. Another good thing outside of just a random email, Michelle, were you going to say? say something?
Oh, I was just gonna say too, like there's a strategy behind branding too that even if they don't open your email and they're seeing your name, they're seeing your name again. Same thing, even if you're mailing them postcards and they're throwing them in the garbage, they're seeing it before they throw it away. So there's that subconscious, they're seeing you everywhere. So don't be afraid of like, well, I obviously you want to aim for high level content, like you said, right? And the open rates, like you said. But if you're, what is that? Done is better than perfect. So just getting started, just getting in front of them for now, so that they're seeing your face regularly is the most important thing.
Yes. Yes.
On that, I went to a class, and Matt actually might know who this person is. Her name's like Dana something. She's in, I think, North Carolina or South Carolina. I think her last name starts with a G, but you can look her up. If you know who she is, chime in, Matt. Otherwise, I'll try and find her. But she does like an entire class on that too. And on her like newsletter, she talks about having something like where you even have like an Amazon store thing, like where you have suggestions. Like she'll do stuff like her top Amazon items for she doesn't care about making money off of it. She's just doing it to like tell people like these are some fun items for your home, like my favorite fall like decor things, my favorite, Christmas things. And she like and then she also does like around town stuff. So like, these are activities that you can like do at Christmas time and everything. And she's gotten a lot of response. I ran and grabbed my like newsletter that I mail out, and
Okay.
I put like, I don't know if you can see this. I put QR codes on them for like different activities, and I've gotten like tons of people who I know that they're opening it because they're going to the QR codes, and so I can find out how many people. But there's like I had an Easter egg hunt and things like that, and I do like Cutco knives for gifts. And I got with my Cutco guy, and he like is doing like a sharpening event, and he's gonna do like a special package if anybody wants to. So if anybody doesn't know what Cutco knives are, grab one of them too. I just have them engraved, so that's in people's drawers all the time. So, and I also will do like giveaways. Like the reason I have this one in my drawers because it got messed up, but I this one's like a pizza cutter. So I did it on like National Pie Day, gave like a pizza cutter away, with people. So just things like that. And it's got my name on it, and nobody should ever get rid of Cutco because it's got a lifetime, like, guarantee. So if anybody needs Cutco rep, know a really nice guy.
I love that. Those are really good ways to just stay visible all the time. Another online one is neighborhood stats. Everybody wants to know what is going on in their neighborhood. And if you have Core or a good CRM that links with your MLS, you can set up an automatic search for everyone in your database to where they get their monthly neighborhood update, and it shows just listeds or just solds. Because we're nosy people, right? We want to know what our neighbors are doing. So use that as a way to show up. Oh, Matt, look at raise. I was like, what is that new little thing popping up on my screen? Matt's raising his hand.
I'm just trying to be polite. Um, I'm, I'm doing the corporate thing. I'm just raising my hand. I heard something on another coach was sharing online around this, and like words matter and how we package things is almost more important than what's in the package. And like I think sometimes when we title an email like your local market report, some people just glaze over it. It's just noise to them. And one of the things he shared is like just change it up. Like, and he goes, so we started sending your personal impact reports. And what he says is that these things happen in your community that directly impacted the value of your home. Would you like to know more? And so he said, here's your personal impact report. This is what is sold, or this is what's happening that has impacted the value of your property. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I like that. That was a really cool, just small adjustment, because sometimes it's just the one word that catches enough attention to get somebody to stop the scroll and click.
Yeah.
That's
If you guys are using ChatGPT to come up with your subject lines, I like to put in there to, like I've trained mine to use tactical empathy to, basically it's tying emotions into your subject lines, into your emails itself. So depending on like if you're someone that just finds a lot, like you have a lot of humor with people, you could train your chat GPT to do that, but like have it find something with you, but have it I'm running out of words here. Have it put a prompt in there to actually have it help you find a subject line that will, catch the attention.
I love those, using ChatGPT and the impact. I would be curious. I need to go back and look at some open rates where it just says your neighborhood market report. Cause yeah, I probably get those all the time. And yes, that's what I'm sending them, but I don't always open them. So yeah, use ChatGPT, use those tools to ask it what are some great ways that are great subject lines that are going to get people's attention and get them to open up. So I love that. Okay, last is the P, HOP, in person. So what are some in-person ways? So this is not just, a pop by where you're leaving something on the porch, but what are some ways that you can increase the way that you are getting in front of people in person so they see you face to face?
Attending events or sponsoring events, so you're there and you're meeting people. That's a lot of. I'm part of the chamber, so chamber events and things like that. We have wine events, and we have different events during the mostly more in the summer than other part. But you're just going to those and meeting people and getting to know them there.
Yes. I love client events. And also, if you don't want to have to put on a big whole event or you're worried about the expense of it, I promise in your local community, there are a million different free community events going on, especially in the summertime, but all the time that you can go and network and go to things that your sphere is going to be, your database is also interested in. Invite people to go with you. Hey, there's a First Friday art trail. It's free. We get to walk around all these different art galleries downtown. Why don't we put a group together and go? You're not putting on a big event, but you're getting to be face to face with people. And you take advantage of the things going on around you. Yes, put on your own events and client events. Those are awesome too. But when there's a whole calendar of things, probably from your local chamber of commerce, um, take advantage of those things as well as free ways that you can get in front of people and spend time face to face. Also, don't underestimate just meeting someone for a 15-minute coffee. There have been times when I have blocked off my entire day at just sitting at a local coffee shop, and I will just book 30-minute slots with people. And it's just a time to just catch up. I limit it because I could easily, depending on who the person is, sit and talk to somebody for hours. Mom's raising her hand, mom too. I could sit and talk to my mom for hours at the coffee shop, and we see each other all the time. But use that as your office for the day. Use a Panera as your office and say, hey, I'm here. Come grab a cup of coffee with me and just catch up with people. Coffee dates, tea dates, going to walk. I had a friend the other day, we were supposed to have lunch. She's like, I'm not really hungry. You do want to reschedule? And I said, well, do you just want to go on a quick walk? And she was like, yeah, let's do that. And so we just met up for a little bit, took a walk around the park and got to catch up. You can just get creative, right? Get creative with things that are going on around you. It doesn't always have to be a lunch. It doesn't always have to be coffee. It can be meeting up somebody and taking a walk. What if you organize a group walk and get everyone there? Build it into your life and events that people that you want to do business with, people that are in your database are going to be at or are interested in, and just get a group together and go. What are some other ways that y'all show up in person to your database? Oh, let's see. In the chat, Matt says, use your passions and habits as an invite. Yes, gym, walks, disc golf, anything. If it's something that you're doing on a regular basis anyways, why not invite somebody? There's that book, Never Eat Alone. It doesn't just have to be having lunch with someone every day, but just in your everyday things, invite a friend. If you invited one person to something once a week, that's 52 in-person touches a year to your database. by inviting one person one time a week to something that you're probably going to be doing anyways. I have another friend who likes to go to Costco with me. So we walk around Costco and grocery shop. She just likes it. She doesn't have Costco membership, so that helps. She can come and use mine, but we can talk to each other and catch up at the same time, right? Just invite people into your life. It doesn't have to be a big, huge production, just into your daily life.
Also, if you have like a neighborhood block party or anything, some of the block parties, they'll even like you could just go to it, but some of them they'll have the like where you can sponsor something, like you can sponsor the bounce house or whatever, and it's way cheaper than if you put on like the entire thing, or like a church or your kids or like or your kids or grandkids or something, school or local like schools. It does not cost that much money to go buy some like boxes of donuts and drop them off for like teacher appreciation things. I made some like basket thing, which you're in person like dropping it off, but you're obviously not there like the whole time. I've even seen people in our area where they'll like sponsor a coffee truck on like for like the week of, or when it's like the teacher what do they call them, like the conferences, like the teacher conferences, so they'll be there like with the coffee truck and it'll be like sponsored by them. And it doesn't, I mean they'll be like, the first 50 coffees are free, but then after that it's, people are paying for it. So little things too that they just like, it might be a couple $100 here or there, but it's not like you're paying a couple $1,000s to throw an event by yourself. Also, there's probably some agents that you could get together with, like if you're not even on a team or anything, that you could get together with a few people. Like there's like a bunch of us that get together that do like the Easter egg hunt together, so that way we're all dividing up the cost. So you don't have to spend it all on your own.
I love that, I talk a lot about how real estate is not a one size fits all, right? It doesn't have to be in a box. Like you get the creativity, you get the authority, whatever you want to say. You're the boss, right? You get to pick and choose how you want to build your business, how you want to build your plan around your database. Why not incorporate it into things that you love? That's going to make it so much more enjoyable. And everybody's plan is going to look different. The way I reach out to my sphere and work my database is going to be different from the way my mom does, or the way Brooke does, or the way Rochelle does. We're all different. And that's, I think, what is really great about real estate. And it gives you the opportunity to just be you. And that's what everybody is craving, is just authentic, genuine connections. It doesn't have to look like somebody else's. You can take this HOP outline and design it entirely around how you want your business to look. And the more that you show up in a genuine, authentic way, the more you're going to attract people that you want to work with, because it's people that are connecting with the real you. You don't want them to show up in person and then be like, oh, that's not who I thought she was, right? Because you're trying to copy somebody else. You get the creativity to create this how exactly you want it to look, and change it if you want to. So, and I love that there's endless options. Okay, we have 2 minutes left. Real quick, wanted to remind everyone to keep on tracking all of their things. Michelle, you might want to jump. So it's okay. We've got social media posts. We've got daily conversations, weekly conversations. We've
Yep.
got keep
It's
going.
all social media activities and conversations. So you've got 50 conversations a week that you're trying to track up to or trying to hit. And then you've got some activities around posting stories, reels, posts, and just commenting and engaging with others on social media. So, and if you guys haven't started, like if you didn't start last week, jump in. Like just jump in and start doing it. There's no rule that says that if you didn't do it last week, you can't jump in now and get started and get that momentum going.
Yeah. And the tracking sheets are all in the Leveraged Agent Facebook group if you don't have those yet. And if you're not in the Leverage Agent Facebook group, reach out to one of us and we will get you added. We'll make sure y'all are in there. So keep tracking the things. We'll post them on Friday for our accountability day, and everyone go plan out the rest of your hop, the rest of your touches around your database. So Go let your people see you.
Go hop to it.
Hop to
Happy
it.
day.
I love it.
I will see y'all on Friday. Bye.